Hi guys, welcome back to the Reading Room Chapter Talks. Once again, we bring you two books that we've read and we'd like to discuss with you. So this time I'll start with this very interesting children's book that we read with almost all our batches back to back because it was so beautiful. It's called Number the Stars by Lowry. Incidentally, my son read it first and he suggested it to me. And I make it a point to read all the books that he wants me to read because a lot of times he does that because he wants somebody to discuss it with. This book is based on in the Nazi occupation of Denmark.
It's a children's book.
It's a children's book. The main protagonist is it's basically one girl Anne-Marie, who is the one who tells us the story. The whole story moves from her point of view, and her best friend, who's a Jew kid, and then what happens from there. And the most beautiful thing about the book, I feel, is there is something for everybody. So if a child reads the book, they'll probably see, okay, something happened, police is coming and looking for them, they had to run away and all of that. But when we read the book, we know exactly why the police is coming or the army is coming, exactly where they are taking these people away to. So the book starts with Anne-Marie and her friend running down the street, and one of the Nazi soldiers stops them. And if the child reads it, they think, oh, the Nazi soldier is, scolding them, reprimanding them for running on the street. Yeah. But we know what it is.
Yeah.
Right? So that basically is the setting of the whole book. And it talks about some amazing moments and, it's a beautiful book with beautiful setting, the lovely streets of Denmark, the beach town, the beach side of, they're actually at the beach to plan an escape for a few families to safer Sweden. It's all there, but it's all there subtly.
So for the children, it's a beautiful adventure story with a lot of real history behind it, and that's such a beautiful.
And the book ends with a letter by the author where she sort of sifts between the facts. It's something that I'd honestly recommend for everybody to read. If you're looking for a book to introduce a Nazi history without going into Hitler and religion and all of that, but about the fact that war affects families personally, not like a news on the newspaper. It's a beautiful book. I mean, Lowry has done magic with this one. So what would you want to talk about?
Oh, I picked up a non-fiction book very recently, and it's called Gujarat Files by Rana, Ayyub. I'm assuming most of our Indian audience would know which book this is because of the history behind it. So the entire book is about the investigation conducted by award-winning journalist and amazing individual, Rana Ayyub, about her expose on the Gujarat government, and it is so well done. This book really takes you behind the social, economic, and political background of what went down in Gujarat during the
Riots.
During the riot, we sense her fear. This is about Rana Ayyub, a Muslim woman taking on another identity to take up this investigation. There are moments where she talks about the fear of being caught, where she does almost get caught and she manages to slip away in the nick of time.
Wow, okay. One question I have for you is, do you feel when you read it, did you feel that it was a very objective take on it, or did you feel it was a little emotionally overrun? Like, I just wanted to know.
This is where the book really plays an amazing role. It doesn't, we can see what Rana Ayyub's feelings are, but she doesn't let that get in the way of her investigation. She is very impartial.
Slightly tangential. Has this book been banned ever, or?
The book almost did not get published.
I'm not surprised.
She had approached many publishing companies and a lot of them had, of course, turned away the book. And the fun part is when the book launched, there was little to no news about it because of the topic that it covers.
Again, not surprised. Is it something that everyone, people who are not strongly non-fiction readers would still enjoy?
I am not a huge non-fiction reader. I honestly can't take dense text, but I could not stop turning the page.
Guys have talked about two very powerful books. Number the Stars is powerful in its own way. It talks about a very, very strong historical event that cannot be ignored. From a child's point of view, there is Rana Ayyub's book, The Gujarat Files, which is something that needs to be talked about as well. So do let us know if you check any of these out and what do you feel about it. And please do leave comments about any books that you'd like us to read or review or, just talk about here. So that's all we have today. See ya. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.